Welcome to Pouse out of the house. Now today is my first ride of 2025 and although a bit chilly, it is a beautiful day. You can see the orange lights on there. First stop, fuel. So we're filled up with fuel. Next stop, Baffle House. So here we are. Looks a bit full in here, doesn't it?
I've got a space for you, it's just this car was coming out.
Yeah, no worries. Go busy today.
Up there, it's up to you.
Yeah, I'll pop it in there now. Thank you. I think you're holding the queue up here, sir. Here he comes. And we are off. What a stunning day it is today. Fair play, this car's giving it some mind. And this is Langatuk. Oh, they'll probably be behind them. Whoa! Supercharged. He is like a lunatic on that Honda. I really like that 390 Adventure. It's exactly the sort of bike I'd enjoy because it's got the knobbly tyres. It's a bit of a sort of in-betweener, isn't it? Dual sport bike, I guess. Off-road, on-road, commuter. Perfect. I've been having a look at those online and you can pick them up on a good deal at the moment, bearing in mind it is currently March 2025. and I've seen those advertised for 4,300 with the spoked version, which is more expensive. And you think, like, you can't really go wrong for that, can you? And I mean, you never know, you might be able to get an even better deal soon if you go to a dealership and chip away at them. What a day for it, eh? A little bit chilly, like I said, but look at that, clear as you like today. Do you know what good thing about being on this 701 versus my old DRZ is those lot can carry on ahead, and I know I can catch them back up in a minute, whereas the DRZ you're always chasing flat out. Now it's time to play catch up. This is where on the 701 I could probably do with a nice fairing. Instead I am taking all the wind on my shoulders and neck, and I do notice it doesn't take long before you start to get a little bit of shoulder and neck ache. I've said in previous videos on this, you know, that obviously all-round bike is perfect for everything, and it is, but I would have to say if I was going on longer rides, which I don't, I barely use the bike anyway, then it probably would be nice to have something similar weight but with a fairing. Again, for the amount of riding I do on this thing, it is great fun. The only other thing I have noticed, having ridden it a lot now, is that the vibration, the single cylinder on the DRZ doesn't really give you any issue, but I have noticed with this, the first thing I noticed was in one of my earlier videos doing it, was when I strap the camera onto here, it rattles so much that it comes loose. And then what I've also noticed is now, especially in my right hand where I cover the front brake, for whatever reason it's a bit worse than the left, the vibration does start to go up the outside of my hand, and after a while you do notice it gets a bit uncomfortable, which is why I think for a short fast burst this bike is great. I think if you're doing longer distances, straighter roads, and you just want a little bit more comfort, you probably, you know, you're better off not having a single cylinder basically just rattling around and blowing your arm off. But there we are, it's not intended for that, is it, I suppose. I'd rather not be stuck behind a tanker full of SHIT. No wonder I'm cold, I just realised my jacket isn't zipped up properly. And these are nice fun roads on its bike. Tarmac's sticky enough, it's not, you know, too much gravel on here, but they're not too big either. A few of the roads at the moment have got a little bit of gravel and grit on them. And on this is a bit sketchy. We are in Brecon now. You can see the canal there running next to us, and this is the Monmouthshire Brecon Canal, and it ends in Brecon actually, and it goes all the way down to through Pontypool, Cwmbran, Newport, back up into the valleys. We don't really know where we're going today. I assume they're stopping here for fuel, possibly. Hopefully I shouldn't need any. I don't think it's that thirsty. But yeah, we're just sort of winging it really, so I'll stop here. And hopefully I'll have a little warm up as well, because I am freezing. And we are going to head back now, Brecon to Talgarth. We're going to take a little detour. Then we're going to head down towards Abergavenny, Usk, and then I'll probably make my way home from there. But it's been a lovely day today, can't fault it. First ride of the year, hopefully it won't be my last, because last year I think I'd have to look back on the channel, because I pretty much film every ride I do, well I do. So I think I had one ride last year, which is absolutely appalling, but we had a terrible summer, loads of rain. Hopefully this year we'll get out a little bit more, because I'd like to try and get that Grom back on the road, because at the moment it's, you know, it runs fine, but it's not MOT'd. Same with the DRZ, but I'm never going to ride all three, so maybe this year we'll go Grom and Husky, and we'll try and get that out and do some sort of reviews of it and stuff, because I know it's still quite a popular bike, certainly in America, and I do see a few Groms being ridden around today, but they're quite affordable as well. I think they're good fun little bikes if you want to start out as a learner. It's not a bad bike to start on. I mean, the only thing is obviously people move on very quickly because they soon realise that it is a novelty bike, it's small, it's not that fast. And there's a lot of nice 125s around now as well, I've noticed, for youngsters. And the other thing is, once you pass your test, or even before that, I think you can ride around, can't you, if they're restricted on the 400cc's. A2 licence, is it they call it? Or A1? So it's always that difficult thing, because the youngsters want to move on to the bigger bike as soon as they can, really, don't they? front in a straight line if you want it. Problem is, it's not the most comfortable. You either need a strong neck or a neck brace. What is he doing now? This tarmac's better, isn't it? This is more for my tyres. Nice. What a difference that other stuff I felt a bit sketchy on. I bounced on that nice black tarmac and oh, you felt the difference on these tyres. Right, so unfortunately I think I might well have just lost some footage because the battery went flat. Now hopefully we're back in business, but we just did such a lovely ride. We had no one in front of us. Oh, almost at a dead bird then. See, as I was saying, sorry, lovely ride down the hill there, nice scenery in front of you. We didn't really have anyone in front of us, so we were absolutely blasting it down there. There were strips of lovely tarmac which is so grippy, and I think where the sun's out today it really warmed it up, and you can feel the difference on the tyres because I'm still on the tyres that came with this, which are the SM Evo Attack, Conti Attacks. So they're lovely tyres when it's hot and sticky, absolutely amazing, but a little bit sketchy when it's cold with a bit of grit on the road, you know, they slide around a bit. Two of the lads have gone now, they've disappeared, gone back home, and we're just going to make our way home really, just try and do a bit of a detour on the way back and try and have a bit of fun on these bikes. Nice bikes. Oh, he's got a big chunky one at the back. Now this is my second proper ride with the Wings exhaust and I quite like it. As mentioned in a previous video, I've put the smaller baffle on it, and honestly the smaller baffle sounds just fine. I don't know if you can hear that on there now, but it sounds really good. I think the other one might be a little bit loud actually. I definitely wouldn't run it without one. They do say don't run it without one as it's not as good and it doesn't give you any advantage performance wise. If you are going to get these mapped, it is best to put in the right baffle. So say you're going to use a smaller baffle, make sure you put that in before you get it mapped, because if you don't, obviously the settings are going to be adjusted to what baffle you had in the exhaust and then it might not run right. I haven't had mine done still yet. I was meant to do it about 2 years ago, but had the service, did the mileage, never got round to it. I still am going to do it, but to be honest with you, I just haven't really used the bike or had the time to do it, so hopefully sometime soon. But I've got to be fair, even with the Wings exhaust, it does seem to, now it's running a bit, to be a bit more improved. It's a bit freer. I would argue it does feel a bit faster, but then having said that, obviously I'm putting more mileage on the bike, which is just going to run the bike in anyway, isn't it, and loosen the engine up. So who knows, maybe it's all psychological, maybe there really is an improvement, I'm not sure. But going back to the sound of the Wings, I really like it. I've heard lots of negative reviews online about them, people saying, oh, they sound like a wet fart, and other people saying the quality of them look good. Again, quality, longevity, well, I can't really tell you that unless I come back and give you another review in 12 months time. However, the actual sound for the price and the weight of it, I love it, and it looks really nice as well. I think it's the nicest looking one. Some of them stick right out the back and look ridiculous, and then you've got other ones that are too short and they look a bit squat. I think it looks absolutely perfect. You see the furnace, or the old furnace, in a distance from Neville Hall Hospital in Abergavenny, and I believe that's where they used to incinerate, well, probably body parts and stuff like that back in the day when people had amputations and all sorts. They're not allowed to do it anymore. So now we're entering the town of Abergavenny, and just by here there was a really old department store. I think it was called Richard's, and there was a massive fire a few months ago and it's completely burnt down, so it'd be interesting to know what that looks like right now. Just down there to the right though, you can see all the boards around it. Look at that, completely gone. It's at this point I notice on this bike as well, when people get these soft seats, is for a reason, because my bum's starting to hurt. They're certainly not long distance touring bikes, that's for sure. I mean, you can do it if you want to, but I probably wouldn't recommend it. Off to? What's the matter?
Something's flapping about and smacking my helmet all the time. And like,
oh, is it your... it's not your hoodie zip, is it?
oh, it could be. I don't know.
That's it, you got it.
Oh, it's that. Something's that's fucking really irritating me.
I saw you keep doing this, I was watching earlier. I wasn't thought if you had a head injury. So there we are, he had something hitting his helmet that was bothering him, so that's why we pulled over. And we just said our goodbyes and farewells. Ta-ta, farewell. Because he is going to go home a different way to me, because he doesn't live with me, believe it or not. We don't live together. And he's cyclists, always got to go side by side. Now don't get me wrong, I got nothing against cyclists, but get over. It's okay to go single file occasionally. So this is where we are going to depart. Now I'm solo riding, and I have to say I am very, very cold now, and I'll be looking forward to getting back and having a nice cup of tea. I sound like an old fart, don't I? All before my time. Well, I am. That's quite an old bike in front, and he's giving it some lick. Fair play to him. So I think I'm going to end this here, because there are now too many Sunday drivers. Probably half of them come from the pub, I imagine. Had a couple of pints and they're doing the old slow drive home, you know. Oh, I haven't been drinking, officer. And I got a row of them in front of me, and I cannot get past half these cars for love nor money.